My name is Justin Cooper. I'm a sports physical therapist with Medstar Health. My background includes soccer and basketball as a player, and then soccer and golf as a coach. And then going on from there, I was a exercise science major at the University of Maryland, College Park, and then did my physical therapy training at UNC Chapel Hill. Now I work with the Baltimore Blast and any other athletes in the area that need physical therapy. Today I'm going to talk to you about physical therapy screening and why we do that with athletes, and one of the tests that we do to indicate if there's a mobility dysfunction with an athlete that might contribute to a problem when they play their sport. So one of the tests that we do in our battery of physical therapy screening is an ankle dorsiflexion test. We want to see if there's a lack of mobility in the ankle joint that may contribute to a problem. And research has shown us that this can contribute to anterior knee pain in front of the knee, patellofemoral problems, or even in the foot, hyperpronation or plantar fasciitis in an athlete over time. So there's an easy way to check for this. What you can do is find a wall, and you're looking at 5 inches. The test is 5 inches away from the wall. Can you put your foot down, keep your foot planted, and touch the wall with your knee? So I'm going to demonstrate here today. You don't have to have a measuring tape. You can even use your hand. Usually the width of your hand spread out is about 5 inches. Put your toe on the line. Make sure your heel stays planted in that kneeling position. And can you touch your knee to the wall without your heel coming up? If you feel pain in the front, you've probably got a joint dysfunction in your ankle there. Might need to see a physical therapist to get that work done with some manual therapy to improve that range of motion. If you feel it in the back, where most people do, you might have a calf tightness issue, and some stretching will help with that. So you can check. If you can't quite get there with 5 inches, you can check where you're at. You can stretch the calf and see if it improves over time. But the goal, the research shows us, is 5 inches from the wall for the ankle dorsiflexion test. Thank you.
Hey everybody, this is Amber Radke, athletic trainer with Medstar Health. So today we're at a local park, and we just wanted to talk some about agility. So agility is short, explosive movements that focus on change of direction and quick, reactive decision making. So the important thing is not about how many reps you do, but it's about the quality of the movement. You don't want to do this for hours on end. You want to do it in short bursts, focus on good quality. You don't want your arms flailing around. You want them close to your body. You want short movements like this. Really slow yourself down and work on your explosiveness when you're doing these activities. It's easy to do them. It's great to do them outside in a bigger space so you can do different patterns. You can use tennis courts, you can use basketball courts, you can use tracks, you can use regular turf and open grass space and set up cones. If you don't have any of those things, you can use parking lot lines that you might find in a school or a mall where it's not super busy right now possibly. We actually just measured, it's about 9 feet from one of these to the next one. So about 3 to 4 of them is about 10 yards, which is kind of a normal distance that you might be doing agility in, like a 10 by 10 kind of space. So you can use the lines in the parking lot to measure out in your head how far you need to go when you're doing these activities. So one thing when we think about agility, I'm going to be saying drop step, or that's going to be the direction in some of these activities. A drop step is just a bigger step in order to get you to turn faster. So instead of small turns like that and then trying to go, the drop step is one bigger drop and then pushing off and exploding out of it. And you want to focus on doing it on both sides. It's not great if you're only good on the left side or only good on the right side. So when you're doing them, drop step go on one side, drop step go on the other side. I can just feel that. Didn't feel as good. So practice it, because the only way you get better at anything is to practice it. So do it on both sides, work it out a little bit. When you are getting to a cone and having to change direction, the biggest thing is to not lunge for it to change direction. You want to just slow your steps down, so you're taking bigger steps when you're striding, and then you slow it down as you approach whatever you're approaching. If you try to lunge and do it, you won't be able to get as much power out of it. If you're lunging one way and then trying to go the other way, all that movement, inertia, when things go one way, it takes more energy to go the other way. So it's better if you can baby step and then get out of there really fast. So if you're out here using these parking lot lines, you can really focus on breaking things down quickly. So you want to get going and then short steps to get there. So we get there, break it down, totally stop, and then do the next movement. So you can do it forwards all the way, or you can break it up and do some backwards, like this. Make sure you stop, fully get yourself back centered before you take off for the next thing. The other thing to think about is when you're doing these things, you're not jumping to stop. So it's not like this. That's not what we're focusing on. We really want to like break down our steps. So if we can do, now I fully stop, now I go back. When you are doing backpedaling, the other thing is to make sure you get to sit down, get your butt low. You don't want to be up high. You want to get your center of gravity nice and low and push yourself this way. You shouldn't be like this. You should be down nice and low, like this. Okay, so an easy way to use the parking lot lines for a drill is that the line is about 6 yards, and so if you go 2 distances this way, that's about 6 yards too. So we're gonna make a 6 by 6 square. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna side shuffle this way, forward, side shuffle this way, backward, okay? So start out with you knowing the pattern, and then change it up. So then I'm gonna do that a few times, 2 or 3 times in a row. Then I'm gonna go this way first, that way, back, and this way. You can do sidestepping, you can do karaoke in there, so you can change it up a little bit based on, you know, what you want to work on. And then another way to advance it is to have your parent or a friend or somebody yell out different things when you get to a certain corner of the box. So then you don't even have to go in a big box circle, but you can go, you know, they might say, you go this way, you start side shuffling, and then they say side shuffle back, and then you go forward, and then you go side shuffle, and then they say side shuffle back. So you can change up the direction, and you can focus on your reaction to instruction as well when you're doing this. One thing I wanted to remind you guys of is to keep your hips facing forward the whole time. You don't want wiggly hips or loosey-goosey hips, especially when you're doing karaoke. It's not about your whole body moving. You want to keep everything pretty still, and it's just your legs. So my hips are facing forward the whole time. I'm not doing this. That's not what we're doing. You want to have good control of your core when you're doing these exercises, because that's where all your explosive power comes from. Hey guys, it's Amber. I'm here with week 8 of the Thursday Takedown. This week we're gonna do sumo squats. So we're gonna do it for time. You're gonna have your legs wide apart, feet sticking out, going down like this. Okay, so we're gonna do that for 30 seconds. How many can you do?
Drop it low, girl. 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 Drop it low, girl.